Ghana is a constitutional democracy with a strong presidency and a unicameral 275-seat parliament. Presidential and parliamentary elections conducted in 2020 were generally peaceful, although there were isolated incidents of violence, resulting in as many as 8 deaths, some by security forces. Domestic and international observers assessed the elections to be transparent, inclusive, and credible. The Ghana Police Service, under the Ministry of the Interior, is responsible for maintaining law and order. However, the military, which reports to the Ministry of Defense, continued to participate in law enforcement activities in a support role, such as by protecting critical infrastructure. The National Intelligence Bureau handles cases considered critical to state security and answers to the Ministry of National Security. Civilian authorities maintained effective control over the security forces. There were reports that members of the security forces committed some abuses. Significant human rights issues included credible reports of arbitrary or unlawful killings, including extrajudicial killings, torture or cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment by the government or on behalf of the government, arbitrary arrest or detention, serious restrictions on free expression and media, including violence and threats of violence against journalists, and unjustified arrests or prosecutions of journalists. Substantial interference with the freedom of peaceful assembly, serious government corruption, lack of investigation of and accountability for gender-based violence, including domestic or intimate partner violence, crimes involving violence or threats of violence targeting lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or intersex persons, laws criminalizing consensual same-sex sexual conduct between adults, although not fully enforced, and crimes involving violence or threats of violence targeting persons with disabilities. The government took some steps to address corruption and human rights abuses by officials, whether in the security forces or elsewhere in the government. Impunity remained a problem, however.